So, I've been on Christmas break for about 3 weeks now, and I have to say, taking a breather from school life is a pretty nice thing to do. It's gone by pretty fast, and I want to say Christmas was pretty swell. Got a desk, so that's pretty nice, so I don't have to, animate on small tables or anything like that anymore. Well, greetings everyone, my name is Coop103, and today I would like to share some stories with you from my first semester of the school year. It has been absolute prison for me. I thought last year was bad. This year wasn't really students. Well, it wasn't really students I was dealing with this year. It was depression, teachers, and work, not to mention change, and then students that I had to deal with this year. Everyone's pretty much chilled out since last year. I mean, we've had incidents here and there, but nothing too big, I guess, nothing too bothersome. I like to talk about one of my teachers, and it's not that I don't like the teacher as a person or anything, or really not like her class or anything. Her class was really nice for the most of it. I was expecting a lot and then didn't get what I was expecting, which was kind of bumming. Which, that might sound like I'm just, picky and stuff, and I'm a little brat. But no, I was really hopeful for it, and I thought I was really going to have a lot of fun, and I was going to be encouraged, and woo, beefed out. This takes place in my English class, and I absolutely, positively loved, English, loved to read, I loved to write. If I didn't, then I, wouldn't have a career, because you have to write for animations and stuff, and so I think my real problem with the class, just as a whole, with the work and stuff, this was an honors class. It was honors English. I have never taken a class like this before. For the past ever, I've always had help classes, like special ed, but like just for classes, so that, learning was slower and easier for me because I can't comprehend things that are just being spitfired at me. And honors English goes pretty fast, and that was bad. I'm not used to that. I kind of adjusted. I think if I did it again next year, I'd be perfectly fine. But it was about around the time we started studying Odysseus's, the Odyssey, Homer's The Odyssey. This, I did not really care much for this. I'm not really deeply into Greek mythology. And all of this, while it had the intentions of being good, I just did not get into it. And I think it was better on the time that she announced we were doing flip books. Now, me and Paisley both looked at each other when we heard flip books, because we thought she meant animation flip books, and we were about to geek out over that, but no. She lays this big piece of paper in front of us that is just stacking upon stacks of paper, and says, no, this is the flip book, and it's where you flip and you write notes and stuff. We were both disappointed. And I think it was after that this class did not become my most liked class. Because not only did I not understand anything and the teacher was going too fast, I wasn't writing anything down, and I started to freak out. Like, none of this was at all comfortable. And it's not really the teacher's fault. The teacher, nice lady, love her to death. She's great. Good on her. I kind of treated her badly because not only was I super depressed through her entire class for the semester, but I was going through some stuff. I was going through some stuff. I just started guard. I lost my dog. I lost the chicken. I mean, my dog didn't die. I mean, we just gave her away because I couldn't take care of her. And then before that, she killed one of my chickens. And then for a long time, it seemed like everyone at the house was just mad at me, and I was just kind of mad at them for a while. But then I wanted to apologize, and then deeply realized that I couldn't, and then we were all just not talking to each other, or when we were talking, we were arguing, and it was just all the spiral of, wow, this is bad. So yeah. It was just a lot going on at once, and I think that's why I was just like that. And I thought that everything was going to kick up in that class as soon as we got to Romeo and Juliet, because for my whole academic career, all I wanted to do is read Romeo and Juliet when the time was right. Excuse me. And we did, and I enjoyed it, and I even, voiced some of the things despite my crippling anxiety, which that's kicked up this year. I can't even find a bus seat without sweating, not because it's hot, but because I'm that nervous. Like, I've never been that nervous in my entire life. Like, I physically can't function as a human anymore, and I'm trying my best to fix that. It's getting to the point where I don't even try to make friends. I don't even try to talk to people. Even people that I know are interested in the same things I'm interested in, I just try not to make eye contact. And there's like at least 2 or 3 people in the bus that I'm okay with sitting with, but I hate being a bothersome. Sometimes they're asleep. Sometimes they're on their phone. Sometimes they look like they just don't want to be bothered because it's like 6 in the morning. And they don't want someone sitting with them. Like, I can understand that. That's why I never sit with them unless they offer it. And even then, I feel kind of bad. I feel all sorts of bad. I don't stop feeling bad until the end of the day. And even that's a short stuff because I go to sleep. Nevertheless, I guess I was just adjusting to how the work ethic went. And while I did enjoy Romeo and Juliet, the tedious amount of work that she just laid on us was a bothersome chore to me because it was so idiotic in my opinion. I found none of it really conveying, none of it really made any sense as to why we were doing it. I mean, I'm sure everyone else understood why, but in my dumb brain, I guess I just didn't put 2 and 2 together for a long time. But nevertheless, a lot of my work got done when we got around to Romeo and Juliet, because it's something I was very, very intrigued in. Now on to history. Now, when I started middle school, I didn't really like history all that well. It was boring. I didn't understand any of it. But when I got to this class, it was fun. The teacher was fun. None of the work was. I'm gonna be blunt with that. The only time it was fun is when we had meme day at school and we got to make a meme about class. So, I mean, that was fun. And we got other fun stuff. I mean, like the end of the semester, we just ended up watching, movies that portrayed history and stuff, and that was pretty fun. I think everyone, started feeling better after that because we weren't obsessively doing worksheet after worksheet, taking note after note about things. And I mean, I guess I learned some really cool, really interesting stuff about countries and places and stuff like that. So all in all, I wouldn't say it was too bad of a class. Then we move on to my film class. My film class was actually pretty nice for the first day or so, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. In that class, the editing program they use is Adobe Pro Premiere. Now, I've used this program before, like last year, and last year it seemed a bit more simpler than what it was this year. This year, they didn't have like Windows computers; they had Mac computers, and I don't really like Mac computers.
And these ones are old, and they're all sorts of covered in crud, and they're really slow, and the Adobe Pro Premiere program kept crashing on me.
It was pain. It was a lot of pain. I had fun, though, writing scripts, doing storyboards, and not being harassed by everyone in the room like I was last year in my broadcasting class. Gosh, that was so bad. Though I still got some, like a handful of people that did do that to me last year in this class. It wasn't as bad. I only had a problem from maybe one person.
One person in particular who I will hate for the rest of my life, just in general, because no one is forgiven for something like what they've done.
But that's just my personal opinion. Even they weren't as bad as they were a year prior. Things happen, people change, and at least they're starting to leave me alone. I mean, baby steps, I guess. But all in all, I had a lot of fun. Writing scripts, doing storyboards. Storyboards are like my favorite thing to do. I love storyboards. I like script writing too. I got to use big cameras, mostly iPods for the most of the time. But I got to, towards the end of the semester, I got to use the big cameras, and I felt really professional. I mean, I made a really good trailer. I might upload that. I don't know. It's got my face in it, and I look pretty ugly. Got pimples all over my face. I look gross. I have Atlee's jacket on, which smelled like burnt rubber. It was gross, but everyone said I looked cool in it, so not gonna lie, I did, but it smelled like burnt rubber. Atlee, why does your jacket smell like burnt rubber? Where did you get this? It doesn't even fit him. It doesn't even fit me. I had to button it. I couldn't even zip the jacket. It was smaller than me. And I mean, Allie's pretty big. He's bigger than me, so I don't even know how he manages to fit comfortably in that jacket. He can't zip it up or button it up for that matter. Love you, Ats. Anyways. I actually think it's a women's jacket because it actually, like, fit me, like, well, and it hugged, like, my feminine curves. So it might be a female jacket. I mean, Allie has told me he likes wearing, like, you know, female gloves because they just fit his hands better. And they're not, like, super thick, which I can understand that. I've worn guys' gloves before and they're super thick and I don't like it because I can't hold things properly. I don't like gloves in general unless they're the glove that I use to animate with, which is like half a glove. Like, it only fits like 3 of my fingers, if I think about it. I don't know where that glove is right now. It's somewhere around here. But nevertheless, guard went really well. We went on our first football game really early into the year. It was really fun. I stressed about it and I tried desperately not to hit a bush before we went out onto the field later that night. But all in all, like, it was a great game. I mean, we apparently did very well that first game. Or maybe I don't really remember if we did really good or like kind of okay. That was like a while ago.